Hello, I'm Galaxy StarCraft here with a PvP. In this matchup, it's very typical to see 4 Warp Gates, or let's see, Void Rays, or Dark Templar. I haven't actually talked about StarCraft 2 for kind of a while. It's been... I feel a little rusty here. Let me oiling my microphone. There we go, that's better. Here we are. I'm Galaxy StarCraft with a commentary for you. It has been a week or more since I've uploaded one. Thanks for joining me on my channel. Here we have Rock's Kiss Pomi. We'll call him Kiss. He's the yellow Protoss on the bottom left on Blistering Sands. We also have Mouse Hasu of the Mouse team. They are playing in a tournament, a best of 3, I believe, in the Craft Cup. On this map, we do have a natural that's kind of far away from your main. But there's a tight choke at your natural. However, these destructible rocks make it difficult to defend both your main and natural. Looks like we have an 11 gateway for Hasu, so that's earlier than standard. Usually, looks like we have a standard gateway going down for Kiss. We'll call him Pomi. Okay, Pomi it is. That will stick. And scouting probes are now out. Assimilator down for Hasu. So basically, Hasu did decide to go for an earlier gateway. That means Pomi has, he'll have a few more probes there. As we see, actually, it looks like the same amount of probes. Interesting. Well, anyway, back to the game. Looks like the APM, a healthy 200 plus for both players. And I don't know if you've ever tried to do 200 APM if you're just in the Gold League like I am, but it's very hard. Alright, here we go. Cybernetic score down for both players. Again, Hasu is a little bit ahead. His gateway did come out first. And everything is looking pretty darn standard so far. Well, I hope all of you, my subscribers, have been well this past week or so. I have been well myself. And moving out of my apartment, selling my piano, getting things sort of done. Life has been very busy. I haven't had much time for StarCraft 2. Looks like the first Zealot is out and will thwart away Hasu's probe, which did get this pylon down to no shields. Meanwhile, Hasu's probe Pomi's probe in the main base of Hasu is just kind of doing a ring around the rosy there, and this Zealot is going to chase that out. So this looks like the scouting probe is live for both players. I'd expect to see, usually in this matchup, it's a lot of just 4 gating. Or you could also go 2 gateway into a robo and get a Colossus on one base. That's quite common too. Looks like we are going to see a 4 warp gates for Pomi. Now up to Hasu, who does not actually know what's coming, though he might just be assuming. You didn't actually see those warp gates, so we'll just have to see. And again, it's been kind of a while since I've talked StarCraft, so I'm a little bit rusty. But it feels good to be back, for sure. Thought I'd give you this little game as a treat. Anyway, Hasu is pushing out with a small force. 1 Stalker, 1 Zealot. I'm looking in his base. Oh, there are his warp gates. Interestingly enough, Hasu's warp gates are a little bit later than Pomi's, even though Pomi had his first gateway out a little bit later. So Hasu's going to be the one on the aggressive right now. He's on the offense. He already has a proxy pylon right by the main of Pomi. And how does Pomi respond? He decides to... Oop, look, Hasu is building a pylon here as well. And let's go to the unit production tab. Oh, we're already there. We'll see what units Hasu decides to build. He'll probably get out a couple of sentries. Right now, Pomi would really like a sentry right now to block these units up the ramp. Looks like the destructible rock's not quite taken out, down to about half health. And it looks like Hasu is allowed to just kind of walk. Oh, nope, he can't walk up there thanks to the sentry. In the nick of time, it does come out, and a number of stalkers get beaten down, as well as a few zealots. Pomi is losing a few zealots himself, however. And Hasu might want to think about expanding at this point. If you look at the unit tab, it is even in probes and kind of even in army right now. It'll just come down to micro. Pomi warping in another zealot. Hasu's last zealot is now dead. These stalkers are going to take a beating and run down the ramp. Looks like a couple more zealots are going to be just warped in. And I think that Pomi will just be fine. He's holding this off quite nicely, in fact. And the GG from Hasu. If we go to the units lost tab, it looks like Hasu lost twice the number of units as Pomi, and he just gave up. If we look at Pomi, they both only had one assimilator. Interesting. So, great timing from Pomi getting out that sentry right just in the nick of time and not allowing Hasu to get up the ramp. And this was a short and quick game. Thanks a lot for watching. Let's look at the final count at 8 p.m. averaging 200 for both players. We look at the resources. It looks like low for both players, but it looks. I think that Pomi does have a lead for sure. Well, thanks again. This was Galaxy StarCraft, and tune in next time.